All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful evening. It was another boring day in the market. It seemed like it was going to be calm. We had Scott Bessent. The market loved him, and we heard all of this stuff, and nothing happened. And then after the bell, everything changed. You had a headline that literally was actually at the same exact time that China put it out in conjunction with the Treasury. They both talked about a meeting. And it got to the point where a couple minutes later, about like 30, 45 minutes later, Scott Bessent had to get on the news and he confirmed that it was real. And what we are talking about is a meeting with China this weekend. It is official. And here's the deal. We're going to go over a lot today. I have a bunch of pretty pictures. We got to talk about positioning, the market, the news, Jerome Powell tomorrow. But to give you an idea of what you're dealing with, here's the headline. Are you ready? We have agreed to talk, and then on Saturday and Sunday, we will agree to what we are going to be talking about. Okay, this reminds me of back in the day. This was like the first hot girl I DM'd, and then she didn't respond back. She just accepted the message. You know what I'm saying? And like, so, and then I'm telling my homies, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm going to go see her. We agreed to talk about what we going to talk about. Oh, dude, this is insane. So we got a lot to talk about because there was... make no mistake, there was a little news pop today. It was kind of BS because Trump was talking about a big deal coming in the next couple of days. And I flipped it, but I even told you guys, I was like, this is BS. Everyone's going to think it's about China, and it's not. And then they came on and reiterated. They're like, yeah, it's not about China. Then after the bell, I think it was about China, and now we also have to think about the Saudis too because there is another meeting there. But the point is, a lot just went down. Even right now, before I started the live stream, China even cut their reverse repo rate. I believe this is the first time they've done it in a couple of years. It's not the major one, but literally China is also announcing 500 billion yuan of stimulus for old people and for consumer consumption. They're cutting by 0.5 on the RRR, and it's kind of coinciding. They're finding out what Trump's going to do, and here comes the stimulus. So remember, we've talked about that for a while, but we have a lot in store. Tomorrow is already going to be a big day for Powell, but now a lot of things change. So I got the plays, the keys, all that good stuff, Chad. I hope you're locked in. And Finra, he inspired me. I was looking at the chat, and he was like, yo, Josh is going to say this. So I said, if any of you could type and tell me what the first key would be, I would give you $100. So we already started the video. So I hope your Chad facts is there. But before we get into that, what up, baby? How we feeling, man? Good evening. What? Look at this. China to lower RRR on auto financing to 0 from 5%. Oh, yeah, dude, this is crazy. The world is changing. Oh, yeah, China's kitchen sinking it right in front of us, bro. I wouldn't call it the kitchen sink yet, but I would say this is a very good sign because I've told you guys for months, bro, China's not going to stimulate until they know what Trump is going to do. So if they're starting to cut rates all of a sudden, look at, they're cutting rates on pledge supplementary lending, and they cut all auto loans to 0%. That's insane. So Donald Trump's over here saying he'll give you the tax write-off. China just said you now have 0% auto loans. So whether it's a Tesla or a flying eVTOL, yeah, man, this is crazy. This is happening right now. The Newswire is updating right before our eyes right now. So you might even be hearing about this before people start writing articles and all of that. Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Maybe that's why the Taiwan dollar did that, because this could have just been all the preemptive stimulus. But point is, guys, we have a lot. So good evening. What up, Mosby? What up, Mr. Edwards? Darkio, Zui, Alien, Alex, CG. Oh, man. We have so much to talk about. I got to get the good evenings, bro. What up, Malone? What up, Sean? How you doing, Johnny Stallings? Oh, Joey Kakamo. Noah, Tim Whitman, Jamal. Carson Bolt, baby. What up? How you doing, Zach? Give me the low. How y'all, baby? Daniel Kim, good evening. What up, 3J? What up, King Kong? Andre Passchendago, Z-Belt Turbo, Trippy Mike, Vacation Time, Mr. Robach. Oh, what up, Takeoff? How you doing, JG? What up, Ricky? What up, Calderon? So, chat, I hope you guys are locked in, man. We have a lot to talk about. So, let's see if anybody won $100. I don't think you did because, and I wrote this all before, so I don't know if I could, does it have a timestamp still? So I can show you. I didn't edit it, and I wrote this in advance, man, after the news, bro. Everything just changed. Very big. So the news after hours, this can really change the dynamic greatly. Not only, I typed this before I even knew China was stimulating. You know what I'm saying? So you have that aspect, and then you have everything else going on with this China deal, and everybody was awaiting that, but I hope you see this. This was the vibe on Friday. Make no mistake. So as odd as this may sound, and again, the futures are up 1%, but this might be why the move doesn't seem that big, and this could be why some people are saying we're going to fade it right away. But think about it. Friday, that's what we were hyped on. That's why we made those China plays. I literally made China plays free today, so I'm kind of happy and sad about that, but think about it. You literally, on Thursday, Friday, we were hearing, and China was like, yeah, we're going to talk to them, fentanyl, and then they cooled down. We didn't hear about it for the last 200, and now this news is coming back, but here's the deal. If this does end up fading, and we're going to talk about this with positioning, I'm going to show you guys the pretty pictures afterwards, but long story short, bro, this thing, if all of this moves smoothly, and this further adds to peak volatility being in the rearview mirror, then this is going to be great. This is going to be that bullish impetus until what? Pop quiz. Oh, yeah, maybe I'll ask you, what will end the rally even if China is good? Look at that, real time. What is it? What's the answer? Well, yes, there it is right away. Beautiful, Mr. Stallings. New data. Yes, specifically hard data. That's it. No, believe it or not, it's not Jerome Powell. Isn't that wild? We're going to talk about that because Jerome Powell and Donald Trump, I don't know if you guys think they're alike, but they are. We'll talk about that. But the whole point is, I do think the hard data, if that flips, the jobs like we've been talking about, real estate, consumer, in wages go nuts, whatever it may be. But if hard data really gets bad, so that will get rid of this. Otherwise, if we do fade this, if we get more strategic ambiguity and the market plays this back and forth, make no mistake, bro, up until this news, it is Chop City. I hope you guys realize it. This is, make no mistake. That's why I'm saying this could be the easy move. If now we have China deal, it changes things and it unlocks some pressure, that's going to be an easy move to follow for the next week or two. But if this isn't an easy move and we get more ambiguity and more this, more that, dude, you're already in Chop City. And it's not good. I think you guys could already notice it. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but the whole point is there's a lot of people out there right now that are getting really bullish. There are still some people that think the world is ending, and then when you look underneath the surface, it's a completely different story, and I'm going to show you when we get to the pictures, but point is, what just happened after the bell is huge. We were already saying how it was a very good step last week on Friday. Now this is good. They both joint announcement. Now you have China stimulus. The ball is moving in the direction of better rather than worse. Are you guys aware of that? Remember, we've heard about Canada. We've heard about Mexico. Nobody cares. All that matters. Even Scott BESSENT today, he said 17 out of 18 countries market went down, and it was still down. Think about it. All we care about is China. So if this deal goes through, man, that you are getting closer to better rather than you are closer to worse. Now, that doesn't mean you're out of the woods, but this is a big development. So we'll see where it plays out, what you should be looking for tomorrow beyond Powell. Does the market flow with this, or is it going to respond choppily? Because like I'm saying, if this isn't an easy break, Powell, Trump, BESSENT, China, if everybody is still ambiguous, then this isn't going to be an easy move. But if it's easy, yeah, okay, China deal, yeah, okay, negotiations, okay, Monday, yeah, everything's good, that's a different story. You are getting closer to better. So hopefully you guys are aware of that, but that is your first key. And it sucks because now this is going to change the whole entire dynamic for tomorrow. So I hope you guys are ready for that. But now I'm going to just give you a quick little Powell. I do have a pretty picture that is going to highlight this when we get to it, but very simple. I was already expecting Powell to be a nothing burger. Why? Do you want to know why? Sadly, the last time financial conditions were this tight, the Fed cut rates a month ahead of the election. So I don't want to hear it, okay? We have nothing to talk. What do you mean, Jerome? What? Jerome's going to do what? I have watched every Jerome Powell. I've watched Jerome Powell. I could have raised a fucking 10-year-old by now with all the minutes I've watched Jerome Powell over these last 10 years. So I hate to break it to you. This guy is not doing anything. Even the rate cut odds are virtually zero, which is wild considering at another point in history, the same situation ahead of an election caused the Fed move. You're not getting that this time around. So here's the deal. This is going to be a little trick for you guys that I think you could take with you over the next 10 years. Anytime the central bank, or specifically Powell, anytime they're expected to kind of be in this weird middle ground, and go look at the Fed futures. They're not pricing in a cut till even like July and later. You know, even the bond market isn't telling you it's worried at all. But anytime Powell is kind of, or any central banker is kind of kicking the can, the statement is going to have more importance. So like I'm telling you, he's going to come out tomorrow. He is not going to be cutting rates at all. I doubt there will be a surprise cut. You could bet on it and you could become a millionaire if you really think that's going to happen, but it's virtually impossible. So we'll see what ends up going on, but what I am going to be looking for is right at 2 p.m., you want to watch for this statement. That's where we got most of the action last time. If you guys don't remember what happened in March, you actually saw an effect today. Do you guys know that the Fed bought $35 billion, or was it the Fed? Yeah. The Fed bought $35 billion of bonds in the last 48 hours. Did you guys know that? Yeah, that was a result of your last Fed meeting because of the quantitative tightening. And remember, that was in the statement. So if there's a change in that, if there's an update on that, anything in this statement tomorrow, that'll have more juice. I'll go over it and I'll show you when we get to the pretty pictures. But other than that, this is what you guys got to understand. The general, and I think this is very accurate, I think that Donald Trump and Jerome Powell are exactly the same. So this whole like strong arm idea of I'm going to tariff the hell out of whoever I want, it's the same mentality for Powell. But instead of tariffs, it's what the hell he's going to do with these rates. And he has made it clear he's not going to cut, let alone none of his other signals say he can cut or do anything. So this is why, again, Paul Tudor Jones even brought this up today, and I think it's very apparent. Again, we've been playing this game back and forth. 1 minute Powell's this, 1 minute he's that. That's why I'm saying tomorrow we're going to listen to Powell, but I am biased in the sense that he probably is going to keep neutral, play the same cards, and not do anything because in a weird way, he's, Newton's law against Trump. You do have somebody in the Fed as hard-headed as Donald Trump. I don't know if you guys realize that because, like I'm saying, whatever the data is showing or anything else, this man has already talked out the rate cuts and he has made it clear what he is going to do. He is not going to budge, in like Donald Trump said, till he's too late. Same thing. Donald Trump probably won't budge until deflation actually happens. So that's why Powell and Trump, they're kind of in a weird stalemate, and that's a good thing. Why? Because you know what they're going to do. And that's why I'm saying tomorrow I would be looking at the statement. We're going to see where the Fed is on a lot of other metrics. It's not going to be a summary of economic projections, so keep that in mind, but watch for the statement. If that's going to signal any shift in quantitative tightening, the economy, uncertainty, inflation, tariffs, that will show up on the statement, and then look for Powell to either add strength or walk it back. But he's generally going to sound like the same Powell you have heard in the last 4 or 5 months here to start off the year. So we'll see when I get to the statement. And now finally, my friend, are you ready? This will make sense when I show you more of the pretty pictures, but I'm just going to show you the SPY, you guys. Oh, man, this is crazy. But look at the chart. Do you guys realize that we are coming back to normal, quote unquote? I hate to use that term, but oh yeah. So like, this is what I want you to see. Remove the outliers. Any good statistician would remove the outliers for an average. So on average, I think we're at normal. On median, probably not. But the whole idea, bro, we have gone through just a major reset in the last, 3 weeks. Are you guys aware of that? In the last 3 weeks, you have literally been down in the gutter to up 18%. And now you have trade deals and all of that. But, look, you're not ending the world. You're definitely not as good as you were. But you remove these, little boxes, bro, and the big 5, 10%, and crazy. It's like, dude, we're right here, bro. This is actually kind of crazy. So none of this should make you calm down. None of this should make, and again, I don't think you should have been hyped up to begin with. You know what I'm saying? But we're not out of the woods, but now we're in the middle of the woods, is what I want you to realize. Do you get what I'm saying? Because at one point, you guys were like, no, we're never getting out of the woods. I think the woods is hell. I think we're in hell, Josh. I think the world is ending. Did you know America, y'all all of a sudden started reading books and shit? People came out and they were like, oh my, did you guys know the money is printed? It's not backed by gold, Josh. I'm like, are you kidding me? What if America, America dropped nuclear bombs on people? Do you know, we started imperialism and pillaged the world. What the fuck do you mean? Do you not get it? And y'all worried about tariffs? So, like I'm saying, at one point, people did not think this was, people really thought this was wild, bro. And now, do I think Donald Trump is your king? Would I make him the Pope? I don't work for the White House. I wouldn't do that. But I think we're in the middle of the woods right now. Okay? I don't think you have to worry about getting salmonella or attacked by a bear. I've never been camping. I don't know what the risks are. But at the same time, I don't think you're home yet, Alice. Is that Alice or Click the Heels? You get what I'm saying? But this is now a good reset of volatility. I hope you realize that. I even think volatility is still a little elevated, but things are calming down. That's why reactions are even changing, and we're going slower and slower and slower. Dorothy, yeah, that's who it was. Thank you. But I hope you guys are seeing what I'm saying. I don't think this headline that I'm sharing with you should make you feel a certain way, except for the fact that I think you guys can tell we're just leveling out. Options are slowing down. The plays aren't moving the same way. The rumors, even when you hear bad or good news, people are just less dramatic, little by little by little. Is there still fear? Are we still talking about the risks? We are. And that's what everyone's waiting for. But you're definitely not in this panic mode. And that's both good and bad, because panic mode is an opportunity for plays, but now no panic mode, that's going to change things. So I hope you guys are ready for it. But other than that now, let's jump on over and let's get a speed run of your pretty pictures, because now they might make sense. And again, this is part of what I'm telling you here of yeah, things change. And if it doesn't, this is what I'm worried about, actually. You guys got to realize this parallels 2018 and 2022 way too much. And I don't like it. And that's why I'm saying, I've seen people be like, oh, you think it's a bear market rally? I'm like, dude, I don't think you were around in 2022. I genuinely, let alone in 2020 and 2015 and 2013 and all those other years. But even then, I'm like, bro, we just lived through this. You really just lived through almost a carbon copy of the type of move that we had at the beginning of 2022. So, again, even in 2018, that's why I'm like, I wouldn't be too quick to say, yeah, buy the dip, we're out of the woods, it's over. No. And even then, here's the thing. This is systematic positioning. This is like the big money. This is what I mean underneath the surface. And here's the interesting part, because they are clapped. They are under position. They've done that before. Happened in COVID, happened in 2022. But look, in 2022, you had this big sell-off. You get to this point, and this is usually a buy point. And then what happens? It bounces, comes back down, bounces up halfway, and then hits another new low. And then you're out of the woods. In 2020, it was a V. So guess what? If all of these problems go away, China deal, no issue with Trump, golden era, he spends like a drunken sailor, and then the hard data doesn't collapse, if we get a V, yeah, right, yeah, buy the fucking dip. Amen, we're running this shit. Do you get what I'm saying? Otherwise, you still have to be aware of this risk right now. And there is a very serious risk after what you just went through, setting all these records, and then the 2 years in a row. You can't really assume we're going to get a V right away. So, point is, you might want to get a V, but the positioning even underneath the surface isn't there. You'll probably feel it by the time we get there, but this is something I thought was interesting, but when it's all said and done, I'm watching a lot of ideas and news and all these things happening, but at the end of the day, it's not as if money is rushing in everywhere, or again, even certain areas of Wall Street, they're still scarred and they're not coming back in just yet, or they don't have the impetus to do it. So that's the first part, but are you ready now? Are you ready for me to contradict it, or at least show you the other part? Ta-da! Bank of America. 2008 till today, private clients were the biggest net buyers in history. Every single week of the year, Bank of America's private clients have been buying. Right there. That's you. 22 was here. So last time it was a fake dip, you know. This is what they were doing. No one wanted anything in 2020. But we're talking like 4 or 5 times more than anything. So you have one portion of Wall Street underpositioned, delevered. They're not in on the game. But then you have another set of Wall Street with big money that is buying the shit out of this every single week, regardless of what the fuck the news says. No matter what, at a scale, 3 standard deviations to anything from '08 till today. Very fascinating, okay? And now let's talk a little bit more about positioning, because you have a fucking flurry of good news in China and stimulus. And do you guys realize in the next like 5 days, almost all of the buybacks will be green? So it's already started. You're kind of feeling it. But do you realize now Apple, Google, Meta, and everybody's mother can start buying again? It's like, bro, it's hear me out. It's like they put the treasurer was a former hedge fund guy and knew all of the fucking market and what the fuck. And now it's like he waited for it's like he waited for all of this fucking shit and then announced this. Like I don't know if they would have done that. They couldn't have. But yeah, so that's another one. Oh, dude, I'm about to go off the deep end right now, too. Okay, are you ready for this one? Lord, forgive me. Lord, forgive me, but Lord, open their eyes to education. Lord, forgive me. And Lord, use this as an opportunity to always show that we're all hypocrites. Amen. And no one is truly good, and it's so easy to become a Pharisee, Lord. But forgive me, and in my example, Lord, please open their eyes to wisdom and open their eyes to free thinking. Okay? Amen. Okay, I had to say that prayer because I'm about to show you guys a fucking technical. So I think it makes sense, but like I'm telling you, I look at everything, whether you realize it or not. Do I act on it? No. Do I believe in it? No. Do I look at it? Yes. Information. So here's the deal. This is gold, dude. I know. I'm bringing, this is just for you, Chad. Believe me, I don't have to tell my girlfriend this. I don't have to tell my dad. I don't have to tell anybody this shit. This is just for you gold guys who like it. I feel bad. I don't know if I'm enabling you or if I'm helping you. And I hope it's helping, and I hope you're not being enabled. But third time is a charm. Long story short, no one knows what is truly going on with gold. Anybody telling you they do is lying. Okay? Otherwise, they would have bought more of it. I'm telling you, bro, it's super easy. I'm telling you. I'm not even dropping like crazy philosophical wisdom on you, bro. I'm just telling you, if they, like, literally, Peter Schiff would be our dictator right now if he really knew what was happening. Everybody would if they truly know that, if they like, yeah, we knew it was gonna do this after staying so stable, and you could have got it in ample amounts anywhere at any given moment. No, bro, what are we saying? No one knows what's happening. Okay, so here's the deal. So far this year, this little line is the most random ass technical. It's the 21-day moving average. So, yeah, bro, I don't know if you were aware of this. I don't know if you follow it. But in a land of what the fuck is happening and gold keeps going higher, this has produced an answer. Pretty much every time this year, it has bounced perfectly, or it will overshoot the 21-day, and then it will rock it up. That's literally what happened. And I'm fascinated because this move, all the currencies were down. This isn't even tracking with currencies now. It kind of follows with the dollar on the appreciation, but it's actually kind of wild to think about, bro. So that's something to just keep in mind if you are watching gold, but good luck on that. And now, are you ready? This is what I was trying to tell you guys yesterday, and now with all the news today, it makes sense. But, dude, we're not out of the woods, but we're in the middle. And I told you guys yesterday, people are going to start changing their GDP forecast. Make no mistakes. I told you guys, all the people who are hella confident, they will confidently change their answer down the line. Do you understand that? And you won't even care. You might forget. That's what's kind of has happened the last 2 decades. But here's the deal. This is your Goldman expectation of Chinese tariffs. It's terrible. This is why I hate Donald Trump and love him at the same time. Because he has us so ridiculous. I know what's happening, bro. I know this is such, like, psychological price. You know what I'm saying? No, because now they're like, well, we expect tariffs to fall, and they expect it to fall to 60. And now we're happy about 60. You guys not realize if he put out 60 in the beginning, we would have been scared of 60? We're not getting screwed. No, do I? Listen, as somebody who's not at the table and not getting the information, it sucks to not have it, but just think, bro, I'm just telling you, bro, if he did 60, the media would have still crashed you 30% out of fear, and then he would have had to negotiate down to like 10. Bro, he raised the fucking bid so stupidly high, it made us fucking have to talk about it. Even my ass, I was like, yo, guys, this is a fucking bomb. I don't know where this 150% number came from. Not one model of a model could have even modeled that, even if you told it to model 10 standard deviations past the model. So that's what we started with, and we had to address it. And now with all of this bullshit, bro, people are like, yeah, we're now the first round of pullback, we're talking 60. Come on. So now you feel this good, we're still high, and it's still 60? I think that's ridiculous. But watch, everyone's GDP estimates, they're going to get bullish again. People are going to change a little bit. But now, if this doesn't materialize, make no mistake, we can laugh all we want and make jokes, but if the tariff doesn't come down, you're still fucked, dude. So then the joke's on you still. Like, is it always on us? Wait, what? But point is, this is now the expectation. And I think you guys can see it. This is what I'm telling you. This attitude, this, you know, smell the bullishness in the air. You're like, where the fuck? I thought you guys were all scared. Why are you getting FOMO now? It's like these are the little things that are happening that are creating this aura. Aura, if you know, for the young guys, they know about aura. So there you go. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, this one's going to be fun. And now, I showed you guys this one last week. That's what That's what relates. This is the global uncertainty chart. So it did come down. It went up a little bit. We're still here. I think after this China shit, though, that's it. Just still watch out for one more spike. But like I said, I don't think we'll ever see that manufactured level again unless it's like a black swan. And even then, I don't know. I think the next time this goes up, it's actually the modern Great Depression. Other than that, we are still every day we are putting that in the rearview mirror, like we have talked about. And now I got two more to show you. I'll show you two more economic charts, and then we will end it with Jerome Powell once again. So, do you know what this is? I fucking love this one. And this is another reason why I am telling you hard data is the key, why you need to pay attention to what's going on, and why this attitude, it doesn't, again, like people aren't as scared as they're telling you. And obviously I think these words would have helped you out 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. And we did buy the dip, if you don't recall. And I hope that helped too. But point is, this was your data today, bro. Do you know what that red line is? That's imports, you prick. Why am I calling you a prick? Because in the face of economic collapse, in the face of uncertainty, in the face of the fall of America, what did you fucking Americans do? You went and imported goods at a rate never seen before. The fuck is wrong with you? Not one person was like, I should save. Not one man. You were so scared of the guy, you bought more. Are you kidding me? Dude. Are you kidding me? What do you mean? Quick, buy more. So yeah, dude, import numbers are skyrocketing. And we're still selling more than we have in the last half a decade. So we exporting more and just people just buying, bro. Again, it's lagging. Make no mistake. Please. Because all this data is just as lagged as Joe Biden still. I don't mean his mental capacity. I meant how 4 years ago all the data was really behind. But I guess you can talk about his mental capacity too. But still, I hope you get it. This is why, and I'm making all of these jokes and comments so you remember, don't ever forget, the day the hard data moves, then we could start talking. Do you understand? Again, next time when the hard data moves alongside, then you could believe them a little bit. Do you understand? I'm just trying to help you. For real. I want you all educated. I hope you never forget this. Because you just went through a literal manufactured crisis. And you just watch how dramatic it is. And we're not done. And we have to deal with all of the damage from the media to Donald Trump as well. I don't think Donald Trump is innocent in all of this as well. I don't care about any of these people. I care, again, I'm talking to you right now. So this is why I'm saying, man, just pay attention. And even as we move forward, there's going to be more noise. It's not going to get rid of it. We're going to hear a lot. There's going to be back and forth. But the Powell, the economy, that hard data, watch for it, even if it is delayed. That's what I'm saying. But next time you can't, because you're seeing it. By the time the hard data starts hitting, the market will be at all-time highs. And then you could react to it. And then the market will be behind it, just like the reverse of this situation. But keep this in mind. And this is why all these factors, you've kind of now just watched this play out real time, day by day, baby. So I hope it all helps. And now your final chart, just to highlight, you are not out of the woods, mother effer. So you have 44 days. You guys know that. Bloomberg even acknowledged that too. So it was a Deutsche Bank article, but Bloomberg put out an article too, and they told you about 44 days. I also told you that in advance. So I think we're at like day 12 or something. But here's the bad part. A normal correction, by the end of the year, we'll be at a new high. Again, day 365. If it turns into a real bear market, we're going to pretty much be lower than like 23, or we at like 2023 by the end of the year. Ta-da! And there you have it. It's a terrible projection, not because the range is wide. And I hope you guys realize this has been my projection all year. I've been telling you guys from last year, we had such powerful years back to back. You better expect a big year this year. That just, again, you don't have that happen too often. But now, with all of this drama, the funny part, we're like smack dab in the middle still. Like I'm telling you, no matter what, bro, it's like we're not out of the woods, and then we're not into the thick of it. So take that how you please. But now, your final pretty picture is all about Jerome Powell. So, this kind of looks like a smushed silhouette of Donald Trump's face. But other than that, this is the last statement. And like I'm telling you, the FOMC statement, that is going to be the big driver. I think tomorrow, or again, can Powell surprise? He can. Maybe he asks somebody asks the right question. Maybe Powell says the wrong word and freaks out the market, right? Maybe Powell answers the question too quickly. But point is, this is probably going to cause more immediate moves. And think about it. This is why I'm showing you this. Last meeting, this statement moved us a lot. There was a summary of economic projections, but think about it, bro. Uncertainty around the economic outlook has increased. So again, they said the risks were balanced. They took that out. They were worried. They said outlook, the risk has increased. So are you getting what I'm saying? That's all that's really going to give you the vibe tomorrow. Because if this is the same, I would expect the same out of Powell. If they are going to move in a direction, let's see. And imagine all of the data I just showed you. Is Jerome Powell going to be late or early tomorrow? Think about it. Oh, I don't know if y'all feel me. Because now I could easily show you that risks are no longer as elevated as that last meeting. Are they still going to stick with that? I could literally show you evidence. So that's what's going to be interesting. Well, yeah, he's never early, but think about tomorrow. So now you have a trade deal. China, the market's up substantially from the lows. You have the hard data, import, everything. Great. Jobs, great. Anything you could think of, great. Except for the liberals' mentality. So, are they going to keep this statement the same? Are they going to say the outlook has actually got worse? I don't know if they could say that. Or are they going to say it got better, or are they going to keep it the same? Yeah, there's still a degree of uncertainty. They could say uncertainty has moderated or stayed the same. But remember, last time, they said elevated. So remember, tomorrow, that could destroy or help things out. Okay, imagine if Powell tomorrow says that the risk is elevated. Even if that is early or late, people will not like to hear that. But now, will that be accurate or not? We'll leave that up to him. But this is why I'm telling you, I would watch these words: uncertainty, increase, economic outlook, employment, inflation. If those change on the statements, that's all we're going to get, really. So, other than that, this is it. And remember, I circled the little Donald Trump here, quantitative tightening. That was the last meeting. So, if we get more updates, if they do change it, this will all be another set of important details there. So, I hope that all helps. But other than that now, let us get into the play. That's a horn. That's a horn. Oh, yeah, my bad. Oh, yeah, I hit you with the horn. But play number one, nuclear. So executive order about nuclear and hastening it, they said. But it kind of reminds me, the price action reminds me of quantum computing. You're closer. And what I mean is that a lot of nuclear plays got really hyped up. They went insane, and then they came back down, and now they're like holding and staying pinned. kind of like quantum. And then there hasn't been like a crazy amount of like hype news recently, and now you have some. So let's see how this plays out tomorrow. But there were some plays. We saw it in the morning or early today ahead of it, and then they just ran up. So I would just watch out on premium, and you will be fine. But that is play number 1. And then play number 2, K-Web. I actually sold mine today for 250% from last Friday. That's why I'm telling you guys, in a weird way, this was the vibe on Friday. We made China plays, and they all hit. So I made my K-Web free, and then I also made my BABA free, or I sold my K-Web. But here's the deal. I'm telling you that because there's a shit ton of premium in China still. So I like it. We'll see. This news obviously is going to affect China tomorrow. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. Look for laggers. I like JD. That's another play that I have. And they're lagging. Go to the June contracts. They're not a recommendation. But other than that, near the money, don't fall in love. You may want a China play tomorrow. Make sure it's a good deal. Don't be buying the gap up premium. Because remember, China's fun and all, but once it lags out, that's it. The premiums just kill, bro. So be careful, okay? But that is play number 2. And we already got a lot of free ones already. And then finally, are you ready for play number 3? This one's crazy. Bro, India. It finally, bro, I can't believe it. We got early news today. I don't know how. I got one of the first words on like an attack in India or Pakistan, and then the news reported it. But if you watched after hours, it actually moved the market. So the underlying theme is that they're both nuclear powers, technically. But it's kind of crazy that it actually moved us like that. So watch out for this. It's kind of sad because now the China stuff came out, and then now you're up 1%. But the conflict has been escalating. I've been telling you guys about this. And now today was the first time not only did it move INDA, it actually moved the stock market, bro. So I don't expect anything. I thought I did not think the market was going to react. I thought the market was just going to take it in, maybe move Indian stocks and then ignore it. But I was very shocked that the market actually moved after the bell today on that. So we'll see. Otherwise, keep your eyes out for it. I still don't have a play, but that's kind of one of the global tension scenarios that we have been monitoring lately. So other than that, that is all I have for you. And yes, there is a lot of OpenAI Microsoft news coming out. They want Microsoft to agree to relinquish for-profit rights in exchange for traditional equity. Microsoft wants access to OpenAI beyond 2030. Real war China deal? I mean, if we got into like a real like conflict, another like genuine real nuclear power conflict, I think that'll be bad for a couple months. And I think that would outweigh a China deal to a certain degree. But other than that, at this point, China and America is literally in a trade war. So ending that, I think, could also be very good. I don't know if I would call it a black swan unless it's like real fighting. Like actually real major escalation. But again, you guys realize we just watched several wars. In every war, you've hit a new all-time high. So, yeah, that's the only thing that's, like I said, it could affect you for a little, but that's it. A free play. So, I think I spent it was like 120 on BABA. The plays went up 70%. I sold back as many contracts to get back $120. The rest of the contracts are free now. Ta-da. It's a shiny object. It's just weird, though. I don't know. I don't think. Well, this one does have nukes, but this conflict also has long-standing history. You know, that's why it sucks, man. This is why And I don't know if like the young guys, this is why like we kind of hate you if you don't know. Because anytime something happens, you guys jump to conclusions and you are not aware of what happened last time. You see what I'm saying? Like Russia, Ukraine, you guys are, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. It's like you have no idea what happened in Crimea in 2014 and then what happened before that and before that. So same thing, even with Kashmir, India, Pakistan. I think this issue has been longer than even I've been alive. So that's why it's like, yeah, they do have nuclear weapons, but this is something, it's kind of like I don't know if this is a very bad example, but this is kind of like their Crimea, Ukraine type beat. So there's more to it, and it's not going to just lead, it's not going to just lead to, a type of nuclear war. And then don't forget, India and Pakistan are brothers. They are only separated by religion. Most people are not aware of that. But, and they're generally like, they like hate and love each other. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but I don't think that would be the place that will nuclear. But I think the Middle East, I think my people will bomb each other before India and Pakistan in a weird way. So we'll see. But other than that, if you are young, I would not be worried about a nuclear war as of now. Is that a risk? It always is. And, that's what happens when you play with fire, is that you have to consider it. But I would say real life risk of that occurring is very low for now. And I wouldn't freak out about it now. You may never have to freak out for it, but I would rather understand it, prepare accordingly, but don't go out on a limb and fuck yourself up trying to predict a nuclear black swan, if that could help you financially. I think the trade deal, we're going to hear a lot about it, or at the very least, they said Thursday, Friday, Sunday. So it'll overshadow Powell a little bit tomorrow, but technically, unless BESSENT wants to give more details or Trump, Thursday, Friday, weekend. What countries not involved can become a dark horse? None of them. Everyone's too small. Like I told you, I broke down the numbers for you guys months ago. As long as we have Mexico and Canada, we don't need shit. That's why I said it was all fake. That's why Carney's the homie now all of a sudden. Mexico is like, all right, fuck it. And then they went after China. That's it. Because everybody else, nothing really is going to affect you on a global scale like that. Obviously, there's like small effects, but at this point, I don't, unless Mexico, Canada, or the EU really go off the cliff together in fighting us, and I don't think they will. I think China's the only one that matters. That's the only one that could turn you sour. That's the only one that can mess you up. It's the only one that could give you a lot of relief right now. I did show the cartel clip today. By the time hard data catches up, will it matter? I think by the time, like, to the up or down. I think if the hard data comes down, I think it'll matter. And I think you'll have an opportunity. I bet you if the hard data actually collapsed into a depression or deflation, I think you'll be able to buy it weeks in advance of everybody. Because they'll still be reacting to the soft data going up. They'll still be reacting to the S&P at all-time highs. And they'll say you're crazy. This time is different. But other than that, I don't think the hard data could come down. And if it does, I think the market will eventually react to it. So, but the point is, I wouldn't put your real fear in your real economic money plan. If it's moving off of, news media and all of these ideas, and when it's not based off of something that is at least a little more concrete, I would use this as a very good learning experience. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys I just documented it day after day right in front of you. And we saw it. We even got to buy some of it. But you guys really got to live through this day after day. And I hope you see it. You watched fear. You watched emotions. You watched soft data. And you watched anticipation. Again, there is times where soft data goes down and the hard data leads it. And that leads to something. But when it doesn't, You can't be in this idea. You know what I'm saying? You can't be holding to this thought. That's how you get trapped. That's how you never invest. That's how a lot of people get tricked out of good positions. So you got to make sure it's off of something objective and you have a plan that could last. The deal for China, it'll go in phases. They'll do phase 1, phase 2. You do this, we do that. Start with fentanyl, and then we'll lower by this. And then if you do this, we'll end it. And then if just like last time, that's how. So it'll take months, maybe even years, to be honest. I said that from the beginning too. Most people don't realize, the autos, the cars. Bro, we're on a 2-year plan right now. That's why in the beginning everybody was freaking out. But we were saying, why are you freaking out if it will still take months and years to implement? It's not, again, everybody reacted like danger was at their doorstep when it wasn't. Does that make sense? The soft data was saying, oh my gosh, there is a lion outside, but nothing else was saying that. Even the reality of the situation. Again, even if we tear, the only thing, like I said, that little virtual trade embargo, that got scary for a little, and I said, that's why I wouldn't even, all this stuff I shared with you, that was something that was objectively like, yo, bro, ships aren't fucking moving. I can't tell you that's a good thing. And that's where it would have got serious. But look by the time we address it a week later, they're already moving, bro. They're already trying to, and then now this is going to be a long drawn out process still. But like I said, it just highlights that shit wasn't at your doorstep. Doesn't mean there's not risk. And I think we have a lot of things to consider, but it's not knocking at the door just yet. It's $7 for a bag of chips. Like, is it a big bag or are you talking like the 99-cent bag? Shipping, I would do UPS. I'm a big fan. What else we got, Chad? If you have any more, this is your moment. This is your moment. Yeah, they are already using gray route shipping. I heard Delta is taking Airbuses and shipping them to another country and then flying them in so they could book it as a used good from another country already. But again, everybody's been doing this. Excuse me. That's why I think it's kind of funny. Oh my goodness, I keep burping. But everybody kind of plays this game, but we've been doing this since the Russia-Ukraine stuff. Everybody knows. Everybody just act cute. You want to know what we can't say with the new chat update? Honestly, I think you guys just need to figure it out. That's the thing. I even have people, they're like, tell me what I did. Why did I get banned? No. That's it, guys. That's like, I'm not even, it's not hard. And just quite frankly, a lot of everything is just, it is time that we move on. You know what I'm saying? And all of you guys, and like, you're not entitled to a cute little answer all the time. You know what I'm saying? And nobody has to do anything for you. I hope you realize that. Again, people do it because they want to. People do it if that is what is in their heart, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, like, you already know the answers, bro. So that's why I'm saying it's just, you ask me again, I think you guys want drama. You just want to hear it talked about, but everybody who gets it, gets it. So I'm going to ban you now for that, even if you had a good intention, because like I'm saying, I don't need to have this conversation. Why? What is the rule? Do not post plays. Do not flex gains. That's it. It's very, very simple. So what can you post? Don't post a play. Don't flex a gain. Don't talk about anything. You take the information and use it. But like I'm saying, I'm not going to explain anything. If you can't figure out why you got banned, you can't figure out what it is, bro, then maybe I would just focus on something else. And you don't have to deal with me too. Like I said, the social element of trading is very emotional and it's very unnecessary, and you could get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, the idea is I am just done with gambling culture. And that's what I'm saying. Gamblers, you guys, You have done nothing to my life except hurt it. You know that, right? I swear. This is what I was telling you guys every day, bro. Every day. You guys got to look around your gambling friends and exposure. You guys have brought me nothing but pain. You know that, right? Because they like you when it's up, and then the moment you don't give them what they want, they go off on you. It's the gamblers that get in the way of the Chad. They don't get the play. They don't get the flex. They're the ones that'll ruin it for thousands of people. It's all gamblers. That's it. It's the people who are entitled to wanting something now, all fueled by a terrible, terrible culture of gambling. That's what I'm saying. You guys haven't helped in any way. All you have done is take. You have not replanted. You have not given back. Gamblers are more angry than anybody I've met. You guys y'all even have the audacity to call my little happy ass angry. If I was that angry, I wouldn't be reading my Bible every day, bro. You can't read I would only read the Old Testament. So it's like I'm saying, it's just like anger, bro. They all have anger. They all bipolar. They go back. They go forth. All of it, bro. So like I'm saying, it's just quite frankly, that culture is terrible. And I think they have tried to use it in the chat against you. And people have tried to take advantage of people. So the fact that you need explanation on this, I think you are part of the problem for any of you. And that's it. And if you don't want to be a part of the problem, hear what I'm saying now and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you got to do. Otherwise, you need to find a place that'll be best for you, because I don't think I could provide that for you anymore. I think down the line, the people who build the foundation will really get the most of it. You know what I'm saying? But I no longer, I used to tolerate it, but now I will not. I will not tolerate gamblers, gambling culture, or any of it. I have a monopoly on the plays. My plays are good. I've done them. I've showed them, and I'll keep it real with you. And you've watched me post plays, and I'll tell y'all before everything, and y'all would front run me, and the gamblers would try to hurt me. So, like I'm saying, I gave a lot of everything, but unfortunately, the gamblers ruined it. And it's not one person's fault. It is the culture. That's what I said today. So you don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel targeted. That's just what happens when you play in the mud. Every gamble culture, sports to stocks, it's just like this. It's all like this. That's why. We don't need to act dumb and act surprised. So when it's all said and done, you guys lock in. And at the end of the day, if I ever bother you and you ever get banned, bro, dude, just move on. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not going to answer emails about getting unbanned or not. I'm not going to deal with that. And that's it. It's just, if you can't figure out what we're doing, I cannot help you anymore. And I don't really it's not in my heart anymore until we see it. Until I see more long terms, until I see more good decisions, I need to invest in the people that I have who already took the right steps. I would not go back 5 years in time and invest in a failed asset. Oh, y'all don't hear me. You don't get it? I've had 5 years. I'll judge my long term in 10. I judge the Chad in 5. That's it. I threw everything out and I saw what came back. You know what came back? The long term. The people with long-term commitment. The real investors. The people who really wanted to change their families and their lives. That's who it is. The gamblers, you guys coming back to me 4 or 5 years later, asking me to be nice and to help you start? What do you mean? You see what I'm saying? You want me to explain a rule to you? 5 years later? You haven't figured out real estate or not getting banned in half a decade, and you want me to slow down for you. Come on. That's terrible for everybody, but that's not a good investment. I would never invest in that. That's why it's time to invest in the people who already invested in themselves. And if you did that, that's what we're doubling down on. That's who gets the resources. That's who gets the info. You guys want to do it? Great. That's why I said gamblers. You want gambling and access? Go get me 500,000 subscribers. These guys already got me this far. I don't think it was you guys. So you got it. Now it's your turn. But other than that, We already have enough, and it's time to invest in that. So please read the rules. Get used to them. Figure out a way to explain them. But we haven't really done things too different in years, and when it's in writing, it's the easiest things. So, and remember, gambling, because you know why? Only a gambler would hear all of this and get mad at me. You understand? Only a gambler would hear this, get entitled in some element, and get mad at what I'm saying and get defensive. Only a gambler would think I owe them a play. Only a gambler would think I owe them anything. Oh, so Chad, it's game time, bro. It's game time. And now, like I'm saying, though, make no mistake. Don't be a fool. You guys did good. You got to double down in the right place. Invest in yourself. That property is next. You got to be smart about it. You've already done something faithfully that other people were not willing to do. So now don't ruin it. Just because you did it this far doesn't mean your job is done. You see what I'm saying? I think you guys receive it better, and I'm not yelling at you the same way, but it's the same energy, though. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you have to fail before you take it seriously? Oh, come on, bro. That's it. Fuck a gambler. I ain't talking to them. I'm talking to the guy with 5 years of a long term. I'm talking to the guy who's done everything right. My brother, you're not done. You see what I'm saying? And you have the same, it's the same energy I would give to these people who don't, where I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you want me to explain it to you after half a decade? Same thing for you. What do you mean? So what do you mean 5 years and now we're going to rush into the biggest investment of our life? What the fuck are you saying? What do you mean 5 years and now we're going to change our plan out of nowhere? No, bro. What do you mean 5 years you're going to wake up a little later now? Or, oh, now 5 years, what do you mean? We got the things we wanted and now you want to give up? Yeah, that's not going to fly. So I hope you feel me. Because this is it. And I think those of you who could do it and remember these things without being told, my brother, the harvest is plenty. Oh, you have no idea. There is, and I'm excited for it, and I want to see you guys do good with it. But again, you must treat it like your first and your last. I need you to treat it with the same intensity when you started to the fucking damn day, bro. You know that? You know, my voice is a little different, you know? Well, I still get hyped at every single stock pop. Oh, Chad. I don't know if y'all feel me, bro. But for real, I need you to be looking at this shit with the wide eye like it's your first time looking at it. Waking up every day thinking you can make $1 million just like when you started. You see what I'm saying? Wide eye, ready to go, but with the knowledge that these years have provided. And now you have the knowledge to do it the right way. Now you have the knowledge to not be a victim of your expectations. You have the knowledge to not even have to fall victim to the gambling. Oh, you see what I'm saying? Well, that's next level. That's next level. That's what I'm saying, though. And just because you got it, and just because you're like 5 years in, no, bro. Treat it like your first, treat it like your last, bro. You know? And that's true, though. You know that. You're going to die one day, bro. I might die one day. I might die tomorrow. You might die tomorrow. What are you fucking talking about? You see? Same energy, bro. I don't know if y'all feel me, man. So, I don't get why you wouldn't. It's true. It's true. For real. Memento mori, baby. So what are you saying? Humble yourself. You might as well. You get the choice. You know that. You're gonna choose. You could choose tomorrow. Be like, oh, this is fun or not. It's up to you, bro. Like I said, don't do stuff you don't want to do. Nah. Everybody, beginning, end. You failed. You didn't. You started. You didn't. You lagged. You didn't. It doesn't matter. But it's the same thing. The people who are going to fail are the people who are going to switch up and act brand new all of a sudden. We're doing the same thing. And you need to do the same thing. And you need to stick with it with the same intensity. And just because you progress, do not go backwards. Just because you progressed does not mean you slow down. I need you to step on the pedal is actually what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm saying all these days, all these philos. Why you think I'm telling you, bro? I'm hyped. I am. I have no shame, bro. You know that, right? Because I know what I am telling you is good. You know that. Oh, you're so cocky. Oh, you so humble. I thought you believed Jesus. What? Ever since 599 philo, I ain't hear, oh, Jesus no more. What? You know why? Because it's good. I know what I am saying is good. I know that I would rather you be listening to somebody telling you to stay in the gym and press on the pedal when you have an advantage and don't let up and keep grinding and get everything you want. I would rather you have that in your ear than a bunch of doom scrolling and dog shit. So what are we talking about? But I hope you guys get it. That's the idea. You need to step on it. But does it mean FOMO? It doesn't mean gamble. Are you understanding? It means you're in the lead, bro. It means they faded what you were consistent with. Yeah. They faded it. You remain faithful. Bro, they're way behind. I don't know if you guys get it. Guess what? You think I'm going to turn back? Oh, they don't know about Sodom and Gomorrah. I'm not even going to look back, bro. You think I'm going to turn back? I won't even put my eyes backwards. I hope you feel me, Chad. That's what I'm telling you. Don't even look back. Don't go back. Do you see what I'm saying? You mean to tell me you remained faithful for 5 years, saved your money, learned all this stuff? You didn't get polluted by propaganda. You didn't get pillaged with your money. What are you telling me right now? And you want to pick this year to let up? You want to pick this year? Like, well, maybe I'll do this now. Maybe I'll do what? Now you want to be, this is the year. You want to focus all about morality now, but not when the kids were dying right every day in front of you? Okay, but now we should go back? No, that's wrong. Sodom and Gomorrah, don't even look backwards. Do you understand? Because guess what? If you look backwards, no one's going to feel bad. You go backwards after being so far out of danger, my bro, come on. I may, whatever. You want me to comfort you? No. What are you saying? You know what's going to happen. It's not going to be good. Meanwhile, I would be appreciative of what you got right now. And if you did make it out, even with a little bit, oh, dude, don't despise the days. That right there, bro. And you keep pushing at this moment. Let people be confused and all. Like I said, clarity. You know what's in your life. You know what. You got to find truth. Be willing to learn, too. But, yeah, that's it. So, I'm glad you asked that question because it led into this. And this is for everybody. Make no mistake. I don't care if you fell behind or ahead. I got the same energy for you, bro. Okay? And it's good. Because like I'm saying, I think some people, it would be such a shame if you actually let up right now. You see what I'm saying? It would be such a shame if you did not put a fucking spark to all that gasoline. What a damn shame. And some of you too, that's it. You've heard enough, you know enough. I'm not going to insult your intelligence as you would insult mine or my time. You already know enough. Get back on board and figure it out. That's it. Or you'll fall further behind. That's the reality of life. That's it. Straightforward. Clear it up. Let's cut through the bullshit. If it works for you, double down. If it don't work for you, stop doing it. Oh. So yeah, I'm really excited. And I hope you are too, baby. But on that note, man, I'm going to just leave it there. Before I get more goosebumps. You know that? And God is good, bro. I'm excited, Chad. And I hope you are too, but this is your life, bro. It's really your life. If you know that, bro, See, I want to shut up, but I can't. You know that, for real, bro. Because, like, dude, just please, this is your life. Do you know that? This is really your life. So I'm saying, bro, that's it. And it's beyond this chat room. Oh, let every man be a liar, bro. God is the truth. And every man be a liar. You don't have a chat room. You don't have nothing, bro. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You need you. You're not speaking to anybody. I'm speaking to you. You need you. And this is your life. Do you understand? Every single one of you. They don't care if you're going to die. They don't care. They tell you to do stuff and you do it and you fail. No one's going to help you, bro. It's you. Your responsibility. This isn't a bad thing. I know it sounds scary. It really does. I had to life made me figure this out very young. So some of you, if it sounds bad, God bless you. Some of you you didn't have to learn this early. It's all you, bro. It's all you. Obviously, there is God. You're going to need people in life, and you better be good to people. Okay? Make no mistake. But I'm telling you, this is really your life, though. Do you get it? You have to decide if you do I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to leave. Okay? It's not even religious. That's what's so fucked up about it. You know that? So messed up. It's not even religious. I want you to realize right here, right now, everything is your responsibility. Personal happiness, I need you to realize, is a choice. Listen. Before you hit me with some whack-ass, liberal-ass Twitter post, I need you to realize every single day you get an opportunity, bro. For real. Can you control what's in your life? No, you can't. There's some things you can't. I am very well aware of that. I'm not telling you just smile when people around you are dying. I'm just saying the way it works when you look back on your deathbed, bro, you're going to realize this. And you're going to look back and be like, some of those moments, bro, I didn't have to be that sad. I didn't have to be that angry. I didn't have to be you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to be that cool, bro. I didn't have to be that jaded. Whatever there is a point of your choice affecting that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I understand life is hard. And it's not, you can't just flip a switch sometimes and problems go away. But I really hope you understand there is a limit. And there is one point of that limit, even in your darkest of days, where you could say, you know what? I like the smell of flowers, dude. And you know what? Everything may everything around me be crap. Like, what a beautiful flower. You know that? And again, you may use a flower. I have a God, bro. Hell and beyond the heaven on that, bro. You have no idea. Like I said, let every man be a liar. I don't care. Go lie on me. Let me hear only lies. I don't matter. I know where the truth is. But do you get what I'm saying? You got to make that choice one day. And make it before it's too late. Don't make that choice when you lose money. Don't make that choice when you lose friends. Don't make that choice when you lose your support system. Oh, y'all don't want to hear this. Do you see what I'm saying? Don't make it before you lose your life. Do not be on your deathbed realizing this. Do you understand me? Because that's all it is. This is what I mean, personal responsibility. And it is a beautiful thing. It is, because like I'm saying, bro, this life is fun, and we can make it fun as we deal with the reality and complexities of it. But, dude, this is on you, man. And you got to figure this out. Because you could be adding or taking away from these situations or making them, I told you, Philo. Bro, sometimes I punished myself way longer than I deserved. You know that? Sometimes God did want to punish you. And some of you were like, nah, keep it going. Wait, what? He said, nah, you're good. Keep it going. No, I don't. Everything's so dot. No, why? You don't need to keep it going longer than it needs to. That's what I'm saying. Cry with those who cry. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Be happy, be sad. Go with all of life, But there is a moment, there is a choice, there is a limit. And you gotta tap in, bro. So Chad, you better sleep on that, bro. And I hope you could smile before you, as you're laying in bed, bro. And smile and wake up, man. I don't care what the portfolio, up or down. I don't care what the world look like. I don't care Republican, Democrat, Trump, Biden, bro. None of that shit matters. All that matters is like, can you not take yourself so seriously? And can you smile and enjoy it? And when things are good, when things are bad. You see what I'm saying? And I would hate for things to rob that from you. So don't let it. And let's get it, baby. Let's take that one to the bank. That is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful evening. I'm not even going to yell at you. I'm going to just bye. Bye.